Hi, I'm Megan, and this is Wall Stretch. Welcome. For this practice, you may want to grab a couple of props. You might want to have a block handy, maybe a large beach towel or a blanket. And of course, you would want a wall that has some space. I have my mat out. It's not necessary if maybe you're on a softer floor, maybe some carpet. But if you're on hardwood or any other harder surface, you could place your mat parallel to the wall like I did, or perpendicular. It doesn't really matter, just what's most comfortable for you. And I suggest to place your device a little bit off to the side just so that you can take a quick glance over our shoulder. You don't necessarily have to turn all the way around to see. We're going to start this practice standing, though, away from the wall. So once you are set up, I will meet you in mountain pose. So here we are in mountain pose, a little bit away from the wall. We have our feet about hip width apart. There is a micro bend in the knees. Belly is pulled in, shoulders down and back. You might close your eyes here or take your gaze slightly down. And then just bring focus from here to the feet, to this connection to your floor. Feel how supported you are, how grounded you are here. And we'll take 3 cleansing breaths. That's a full inhale. Open the mouth for an audible exhale. Full inhale. Audible exhale. Full inhale. And let it go. As you feel yourself grounding even more through your feet, take a moment to feel this extension through the crown of your head as your spine elongates. You're coming into your body, preparing for your practice, bringing more focus to the breath. And when you're ready, your eyes might begin to flutter open here. We feel how grounded we are in the feet. On an inhale, we'll bring arms above the head, touching fingertips, reach long. As we exhale, hands come right back down to side. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands down by the side. One more just like that as we elongate the side body and reach. And hands come back down. This time as we inhale, arms up, we'll go ahead and grab the left wrist. I'm going to turn around so you can see. Reaching tall, it's a side stretch over to our right. You might bend the left knee here if that helps you get a little deeper into the side body. Make sure the belly is in. We're not booty tooching here. An inhale brings you back up through center. We'll grab the right wrist. It's a side stretch to our left. Maybe the right knee bends here. Find some more length in the right side body. Opening up the lats and the side body. One more breath. We'll inhale, arms up here. Bringing hands to the sacrum. Our fingertips will face down here. Shoulders are down. We squeeze our elbows in maybe a little. There is a nice bend in the knees. From here, we might shift hips forward a little bit, squeezing a little bit more between the shoulder blades to find some more space in our chest. Then from here, we're going to pull the belly in and find a little round in the back. So you might bring hands to the inner thigh as we round over. So maybe a deeper bend in the knees. Some spinal flexion here where we just had the extension. And then we'll come up to a neutral spine. Some shoulder rolls from here. We'll inhale the shoulders up. Exhale, take them down and back. 2 more just like that. Finding some space in the shoulders. And then we'll switch the direction, taking arms back and then rounding them forward. And 2 more just like that. From here, we're going to take the feet a little wider apart, a little deeper bend in the knees, and we're going to work with some standing cat-cow like. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. On an inhale, we're going to find a nice big arch as we bring elbows together. On the exhale, we bring elbows together to the front. So we're continuing with the spinal flexion and extension. As we inhale, open the chest. Exhale, we open the back. Your breath, your time. Standing cat-cow legs. 3 more. Your breath for 2. One more inhale, we open. Exhale, close it in. Let's inhale, arms above the head, little victory pose up here. Maybe those fingertips come to peace sign. And then we'll bring hands down by the side. Maybe a little roll, a little shake. And then we'll find ourselves at our wall. We're going to start with the right side body against the wall and our right arm extending up. So right fingertips are heading toward the ceiling. If you can, right hip is pressing against the wall. I found it helps to bend the right knee here, belly is in, and just continue to reach fingertips tall. If we're thinking about a clock, our arm is right at 12. We're actually going to take our arm through a little clock sequence here. Make sure you have steady breathing, even breathing if you can. The wall today giving us support in some poses, helping us to find alignment in others, helping us to get deeper in others. So from here, we find a little release, and we're going to take our arm, think about it in between 1 and 2. Fingertips reach long. As much as we can, keeping the neck neutral. And breathe. If this is bothering the shoulder, release a little bit. You might take your front body more toward the wall. Our shoulders are the most unstable of our joints, so we definitely want to pay attention to what's going on. No pain. Maybe just a little opening. One more breath. From here, we might turn our upper body toward the wall so that we can take our arm to 3 o'clock or above, more toward 2. You don't want to go below the 3. Stay at 3 or above. Maybe your chest comes more toward the wall, or maybe you can press it a little bit away. I'm using my left hand here for support on the wall and also to give a little bit of a press away, finding a deeper opening. My shoulders are down, neck is long. Feeling this open up the pec muscle here in the shoulder, a little bit into the bicep. From here, I'm taking my thumb and pulling it off of the wall. So my pinky stays on the wall. My palm opens up toward the ceiling. And I say hello, a little more to my bicep. And breathe. From here, palm is back on the wall. My upper body heads toward the wall. I'm going to find a bend in my elbow. This is heading toward a goalpost. So my elbow stays at 3 or above, and then my fingertips reach toward the ceiling. So again, my upper body might stay on the wall, or I might start to press my left shoulder away. Right shoulder, as much as I can, pressing toward the wall. This particular stretch with the bent elbow is getting into the pec minor. It's a smaller muscle. It can get really tight. Our pec muscles in general, from all the driving we do, all the typing we do, playing on our phones, can get tight. From here, I'm going to do the same thing by pulling my thumb up off the wall. My pinky stays on the wall, and I open my palm up here. And breathe. If you're feeling any sort of pinching sensation, release. I think one of the greatest things about yoga is how much we learn about our bodies. And from here, taking upper body toward the wall, I'm going to release my right arm. Find a couple of shoulder rolls. Whew. Let the blood flow back in. See how open this arm feels. And when you're ready, we'll take our left side against the wall. Left fingertips reaching toward our ceiling. Head in alignment here. I'm again bending my left knee, seeing if that gets me a little deeper, more of my side body pressing into the wall. So my fingertips reach again toward our ceiling. I'm placing my right hand on the wall for stability. And breathing. You're probably already noticing how different your sides are. No judgment, just noticing. They will always be just a little bit different. From here, I'll take my upper body more toward the wall. As I open my arm up here, this is heading more toward in between 10 and 11. Fingertips reach. If my shoulder is coming way off the wall, I might again take my upper body a little closer to the wall. My right shoulder meaning closer to the wall. Making sure I'm not shrugging my shoulders clear up to my ears. One more breath. And I'll take my upper body toward the wall, and then my arm is heading out to 9 or above. So 9 or in between 9 and 10. Shoulder on the wall, my right hand on the wall, maybe helping me press my upper body, my right shoulder away from the wall. Breathe. From here, I start to peel the thumb up off the wall. My pinky stays. My palm now opening up to the ceiling. In the colder months, we have a tendency to bring our shoulders in to protect our heart and our chest, our lungs. It's a great stretch to do in the colder months, to open it back up. From here with palm on the wall, I'll take my upper body toward the wall, finding my goalpost arm, a bend in the elbow. Again, my elbow is at 9 or above. And fingertips toward the ceiling. As I use my right hand maybe to press my right shoulder a little bit away from the wall. And breathe. From here, I'll start to peel my thumb up off the wall, pinky staying on the wall. I feel this deep in the bicep, but you might feel it wherever you're tight. We'll take 2 more breaths. Palm coming onto the wall. Take my upper body toward the wall to release my arm. Finding a little roll. Letting some blood flow back in the arms. If you aren't there already, face the wall, placing palms on the wall. Taking hands directly out from the shoulders. Begin to walk your feet back. And feet are coming wider here than hip width. And then allow the chest to drop. You're going to hinge at the hip. Chest coming in line with the arms. Thinking of this almost like a downward facing dog using the wall. If this bothers your shoulders, take your hands out wider. And you can always turn your hands so that your index fingers are facing 1 and 11. If it feels okay, dropping the chest here. Have a micro bend in the knees. Feel free to bend them as much as you need. 2 more breaths. Using the belly, using the arms, we press into the wall to bring the upper body back up. I'm going to, from here, take your left hand in front of the face, directly in front, and begin to walk the right fingertips out and around. You're hinging at the hip again until maybe the right fingertips connect to the floor. You might be looking up and over the left shoulder. Hips facing the ground as much as possible here. Hello, IT band on the left, right? With belly in, pressing into the wall to bring the right arm back up. Switching sides, right hand coming in front of the face. We'll take the left arm out and around and down until left fingertips maybe touching the floor. Looking up and over right armpit. The right hip wants to hike up here. If you can, adjust it back to center. You'll feel it. Belly engaged. 2 more breaths. Pressing into the wall to bring the left arm back up. From here, bringing feet closer, more like hip width. I'm going to work into a forward fold from here. So whatever bend in the knees that you need, start to walk hands down the wall. Until belly is working toward the thighs, maybe hands come onto the floor. And then you find the forward fold that works best for you from here. You might find that connection to the floor, fingertips or palms. You can grab an elbow in each hand, swaying here, or just hanging out. Breathe. So you might stay right here. This is wonderful. If you want to use the wall as support, start to walk hands, feet toward the wall. So you're keeping that belly to thigh connection here. Walking the body forward toward the wall until you feel the connection. Whatever bend again in the knees that you need. And if you can, allow yourself to lean into the wall. If this is too much, release. I can't lie to you, the first couple of times I did this, I felt this sense of claustrophobia, panic, and it passes, I promise, and you are absolutely safe. It's really easy to release from here. If you can, though, relax. Let the wall support you. Two more breaths. Pressing into the floor to press the body away from the wall. Begin to walk yourself back and away. Taking a nice deep bend in the knees. We'll roll up really slow. Maybe even a couple of breaths as you unwind the vertebrae. Stacking one on top of the other. Couple rolls of the shoulders once you're tall. From here, we're going to turn so that the right shoulder is near the wall. Right hand placing on the wall. We're going to lunge the left leg back from here. Runner's lunge. And lower down here onto the back knee. My right hand is on the wall for support. Inner thighs engaged to keep the hips nice and aligned. I might lift up and out of the lower back. From here, extending your left arm toward the ceiling, and then a side stretch toward the wall. So you're finding a deeper opening in your left hip flexor. Nice side stretch here. If you have the space, you might want to bring those top fingertips back just a bit. And then we'll inhale, arm back up to center. Both hands coming down on either side of the front foot. And we'll tuck the back toes, taking a quarter turn to face the opposite direction. So from here, the right knee bends, toes untuck. And we'll bring the upper body up here. You might take hands on the knees for support first. And then we'll take left hand on the wall, taking a couple of breaths, opening right quad and hip flexor. And then we'll inhale, right fingertips toward the ceiling, side stretch toward the wall. Maybe your top fingertips come back just a little bit. And then inhaling, arm back to center. Hands coming down as we shift weight back, finding a tabletop. Some sort of release here. You might find a little shake in the hips. Cat-cow, something that feels right. And then we'll cross the ankles, finding a seat facing the wall. We're going to set up here for pigeon on the wall. And you want to think about your hips being about shin's width, shin's length distance away from the wall. So what we can do from here is shift onto one side to scoot our hip forward just a little bit. And then we can roll onto the back from here. We'll start with the left foot on the wall. Right ankle onto the left knee. So from here, flexing the right foot, I can take my right hand, pressing into the right knee. What I like about being on the wall here is that you can shift the legs a little side to side. Maybe you find a space one side or the other, that it feels really good. Another thing you can do here is play around with separating the toes. If you aren't quite feeling this, you can always pull the left knee toward you, grabbing left hamstring or the top of the shin. You can always play around with straightening the left leg. There are places to go, and you can play around too with shifting hips a little closer to the wall. 3 more breaths. From here, we're bringing feet side by side on the wall. And we begin to heel toe feet out wide. This is frog on the wall. So in frog, you think about your knees in line with the hips, your ankles in line with the knees. And what you can do from here is you can place your hands, we're not pressing down, just adding maybe a little bit of weight toward the knee, not on the joint, just to help out gravity just a little bit. Not requirement. And then we see if we can relax and let go. Belly breathing here, feeling the stomach rise and fall. Relaxing the central nervous system, letting your body know that it is safe to be here. 2 more breaths. From here, you might grab the outside of the legs to help heel, toe, feet, knees back together. Taking just a moment to squeeze knees into chest. You might rock side to side if that feels good. And then we'll find pigeon on the opposite side. So another way to get into this would be to straighten the right leg just a bit, taking left ankle onto the right knee, and then we'll bend the right leg a little more. So again, I'm taking my left hand to press open the left knee. Maybe you separate the toes, flex the foot. Feel free to rock this side to side. And again, feel free to take this deeper. If you want to find more of a pigeon on the back and reach through, grabbing somewhere on the right leg, always an option. We'll take 3 more breaths. Begin to release, squeezing knees into the chest. We're going to come into a straddle from here. So you'll want to get your glutes right up against the wall, and to do that, we're going to roll onto the side again. I'm going to roll onto my left, and I'm going to scoot down so that my booty is right up against the wall. And then rolling onto the back, legs are straight up the wall. And then we let the legs open here. Using the wall as support. Just like in frog, if we want to place the hands somewhere on the inner thigh, we're not pressing down, just adding a little bit of weight to help gravity. And breathe. This is a great stretch for the inner thigh, for those adductor muscles, the ones that work so hard. They bring our legs together, keeping the knees in alignment during lunges and other movements. See if you can relax. Two more breaths. Once again, I might grab the outside of my legs to help bring them back together. Legs up the wall. You might find a little bend in the knees, a little shake. We're going to come into legs up the wall from here. And here is where you might want your prop of a block or a blanket. They can help to prop the hips up, giving a little bit more release into the lower back. So if you want to add the prop, you might dig heels into the wall. Press into heels to lift the hips and placing the prop right underneath the sacrum. If you need to adjust yourself, scooting a little closer to the wall, feel free from there. You don't have to add the prop. Legs just straight up the wall is great on its own. There are so many benefits to this pose. It is great for the heart, helps with healing of the heart, with the gravity helping blood flow. It also can help to reduce inflammation in the feet and the lower leg, encouraging healing of both of those. See if you can relax. Focusing on your breathing. Be here, be present. 5 more breaths. If I have a prop underneath my hips, start to bend the knees here, pressing into the heels to lift the hips, and then allowing the hips to settle back onto the floor. Rolling onto one side so you can press yourself away from the wall, just a little bit. We'll bring knees back into the chest for a squeeze. And then taking arms out like a T, allow knees to fall to your left. Maybe you're looking over the right shoulder. If this is too much of a twist, you can come out of it just a bit. Maybe place feet on the wall for support. And then we'll switch sides, coming through center. Allow knees to fall to your right as you look over left. And then we come back to center, giving knees a squeeze. Your option from here is to roll onto the side, to scoot your glutes right up against for legs up the wall for Shavasana. It is a great option. If you'd rather find a more traditional rest pose, head that way. I'll leave you here in your rest pose. After 5 minutes, you'll hear a gong. Allow your body to slowly wake up, enjoying the benefits of this wall stretch. Thank you so much. Namaste.